Hi everybody. So I wanted to create a little video about Coil and why Coil was created. The meaning behind Coil and why I decided to go this route with my profession. A lot of people, when they do promo videos, they do a lot of glitz and glam. Even me, when I did promos for different companies, I did a lot of glitz and glam. With this one is a little bit different. I am deciding to be more transparent and give people the real reason the brand was created, how it was created. So if anyone purchases it, then they know the story about Coil and not just the marketing that was done for Coil to get Coil out there. So this is the product line. We have a serum, a shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, a gel, hair mask, and also a pomade. I started working on this company May of 2018. I decided, I've always wanted a hairline, but I wasn't really sure of the direction because I'm not a hairstylist. So I started to begin to do research on this maybe like 2 years before I actually began the process. Went through a lot of different vendors and it just really wasn't working out, so I kind of gave up on it and pushed it to the side. I focused more on things that were easy for me to do. May of 2018, I decided to cut my hair off and I needed now products. I went from store to store, place to place, all the big name products that were out there. I have underneath my cabinet in my bathroom, and they all lack something. I could never use one product line to just do my hair and be successful and get the outcome that I wanted. I had to mix in a bunch of different companies because one thing offered something that something else didn't. So me, always thinking, I'm like, you know what? Now it's time to start this hairline that you've always wanted to do. Now it's time to pick it back up. So I began to research. I began to just seek out new vendors, even contacted some of the vendors from 2 years prior that I was dealing with and told them I'm ready, send me samples. From May to September of 2018, nothing was going right with these samples, nothing at all. I would throw them against the wall. I would just be extremely frustrated because it was not working. October 2018, I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not doing this. I'm over it. And I just was really just like, I'm over it. It's just too hard for me to do. Maybe it's not for me. So bypass a couple months. I ended up getting pregnant in November of 2018. And pregnancy was going fine. Everybody that know me know I have issues with having babies. And so pregnancy was going fine. Everything was going great. February 27, 2019, running behind my dog, I fell down the stairs and pregnancy went completely left. The baby separated from the placenta and I lost him. His name was King. Everybody asked me who King is, and that's who King is. I never talked about him on the internet like I did with some of the previous ones because he was just different. He was special. He was the only one that didn't have an issue in the beginning, and he still ended up passing away. I actually combined them into this urn, so the 3 that were second trimester losses had to cremate them, and they're all in here, and then they live on my neck. So people on Instagram, they keep asking me who King is. That's who King is. He's my last son that I lost February of 2019. In the hospital, I picked up Coil. I was really sick. I actually stopped breathing. I coded everything. I was in the ICU. It was devastating. Probably the most traumatic thing that I have ever been through. It was a really dark state in place. But the only thing that I can think of is Coil. And for some reason, I'm like, why am I thinking about hair? Like, why am I thinking about shampoo and conditioner? I can't even get my hair washed. Like, why am I thinking about this? But before I was going to the hospital, I had created companies for King. He had a whole business already started. I'm like, this baby gonna be doing this, and that. But then what I realized is he was sending me my hair companies because I could not stop thinking about it. So I picked up my phone. I wouldn't even sleep while I was in the hospital, and I started to search for my vendors. I just started to search again. I was in the hospital a week, so by the time I left the hospital, I had a package. I had a package at my door. Opened the package up. It was Coil. It wasn't even named Coil then. It was just hair care products. I used the whole system and it worked. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I told the vendors what I did not like about the products I had. I told them what I wanted to add. They made me some samples, and this was the end result. So I personally feel like King brought Coil to me and told me to pick it back up once I decided to let it go and push it to the side because it was extremely hard. So I'm forever grateful for him for pushing me to finish something and not give up on it. So Coil has a special meaning to it. Even from the package, even from the logo. I decided to go with black and white for my first collection because black stands for a really dark place. When this was created, it was a really dark place in my life personally, and so I decided to go with black. The white stands for God shining his light on me to wake me up from coding, to get me out of ICU, and to be pretty fine right now. So that's why it has white on it. But the eye right here is a little teardrop, and it was because I actually cried when I figured out Coil and I figured out that King sent it to me and everything was perfect. So the logo, the packaging, and everything about this particular company, it has meaning to it. This is the first company that I didn't even care what the numbers were like. Everybody know me. They know I'm a numbers girl. They know I don't do anything without the numbers being right. This is the first company I've ever started without knowing if the numbers will be right or not. But this is the first one that was in my soul, that's in my heart, that's actually taken me over a year to be able to pull off and figure out how to make it perfect. I didn't even want to release it before it was perfect. Like, it had to literally do everything that I needed it to do. Now, people ask me, like, does it work on 4C? I don't really get into if my hair is 3C, 4C, A, B, C. I don't really get into all of that because I have 3 different curl patterns in my head, and I know a lot of natural girls that have multiple curl patterns. But what I can successfully tell you is I can use my full system and accomplish the goal. So everybody that's always like, your hair looks different, your hair doesn't look dry, what are you doing? This is the system that I have used and created to make sure that I can use it from A to Z and my hair is not dull and dry by 3-4 o'clock. That was the issue that I was having. I would leave out the house with a wet head, like a wet dog in the morning, have meetings and stuff, and by the time my afternoon meetings would get here, it was like I'm a big old bush. I cannot walk around like that and do business. So with using this system, I was able to prevent that. My hair, whatever it looks like at 8 a.m., it's going to look like at 8 p.m. with using the Coil full complete system. My first collection is coconut oil. Coconut oil is in a lot of the products that you see right here, and coconut oil helps your hair in a major way. It helps with dryness, it helps with moisture. If you have thin hair, it helps to get your hair to be fuller. It helps with even hair growth. So I decided to use the coconut oil because it has a lot of fatty acids that's inside of it that really helps promote hair growth. So if you just Google what coconut oil does for the hair, you will understand why I went with that for my first collection. But this brand is really like my baby. It is one of these things that I really feel strongly about. I'm really passionate about it, and I wanted to release it with telling you the story about it. And this is like the short version of a long extended version story that I will be sharing with people. But just know that it's something that's real important to me. It's something that's major to me. I know it's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be amazing. And if I only sell one set, I'm gonna feel accomplished. You know, like most times we start these businesses and we have these great goals. Of course I want Coil to sell, but it's really not even about that. It's really about putting my heart and soul into a company and into a product and giving it to the world for them to love and critique. So that's Coil. That is the short version of why Coil was created. That is the true reason why it exists today. It is coming out soon. I hope you guys like it. We have complete kits available and we have the products separately. So it's whatever you like. I say get the complete kit, but if you just need shampoo and conditioner, you will be able to purchase each thing a la carte. Later.